the island as ground zero.
Billy, check the path of 2004 MN4. Are you seeing this?
Hang on.
Oh my God.
What are you gonna do?
I have to call the president. Marcia, go home. Be with your family.
We now go to the White House, where the president is about to make an emergency announcement.
My fellow Americans, I speak to you now with a heavy heart.
CBS News can now confirm that asteroid Apophis will hit Earth on April 13th.
This is a Fox News alert. NASA says the asteroid Apophis will impact Earth on April 13th.
Global preparations are underway.
Apophis will hit near California on April 13th.
Coastal regions are urged to prepare for immediate evacuation. The Department of Homeland Security has activated emergency protocols.
We've now entered the final phase. Apophis will strike Earth on April 13th. Prepare accordingly.
I've tried a lot of things to break old habits. Most felt like a chore, but when I tried Fume, it just made sense. Fume is an award-winning zero-nicotine flavored air device, natural, fresh, lab-tested for safety, and it costs about a third of your bad habit. No wonder it's trusted by over 500,000 customers. If you're among the 50% of people who try to kick vaping each year, you need the right tools for the job, and nothing beats Fume. What really stood out to me is how satisfying it feels. The weighted sleek design and
The next stop sign, turn left onto South Highway 301.
subtle click keep my hands busy and my mind at ease. And then there's the flavor. Right now, I'm loving
Now turn left.
the mango. Fruity, fresh, tangy, with just a hint of mint. Perfect for that summer afternoon pick-me-up. Fume has already helped over 500,000 people take steps towards better habits. And now it's your turn. Use our code WIDE to get a free gift with your journey pack. Head to tryfume.com. That's tryfum.com and use code WIDE to claim this limited time offer today.
Start your day refreshed with a delicious breakfast sandwich deal from Quick Trip. Choose from classics like the sausage, egg, and cheese croissant, the ham, egg, and cheese biscuit, or the melted bacon, egg, and cheese grilled cheese. And get ready to really wake up because it comes with
Any small Red Bull of your choice, all for $5. Woo! Let's go!
that's any breakfast sandwich.
Plus a Red Bull for just $5. Yeah! More than a gas station.
Thanks for selling your car to Carvana. Here's your check.
Whoa, when did I get here?
What do you mean?
I swear it was just moments ago that I accepted a great offer from Carvana online. I must have time traveled to the future.
It was just moments ago. We do same-day pickup. Here's your check for that great offer.
It is the future. Wow.
It's the present. And just the convenience of Carvana. Sorry to blow your mind.
It's all good. It happens all the time.
Sell your car the convenient way to Carvana. Pickup times may vary and fees may apply.
On Friday, April 13th, 2029, humanity will witness something beautiful and dangerous.
Sounds like my second wife.
But if you're gonna interrupt me right at the top, can you at least make the joke a little less hacky?
You're a straight man. Leave the comedy to the professional, huh?
Apophis will pass just 19,300 miles from Earth's surface. That's closer than our communication satellites. For millions of people in the Eastern Hemisphere, it will appear at sunset, a bright point of light as bright as any star. But this star will be moving fast. So fast, you'll see it cross the sky in real time. From the ground, the event will be a spectacle. But for Apophis, the flyby will be violent. As it passes, Earth's gravity will grab it, squeeze it, and twist it. These tidal forces could trigger landslides and quakes on the asteroid's surface, changing its path. This brings us to the keyhole. A gravitational keyhole is a small region of space. For Apophis, it's only about 2,000 feet wide. If the asteroid passes through it in 2029, Earth's gravity becomes a slingshot. They'll pull the asteroid back to where it started for a guaranteed impact on April 13th, 2036, Easter Sunday. Current calculations, based on years of radar data from Goldstone and Arecibo, show Apophis will miss the keyhole. Barely. Unless something changes. And that's what makes Apophis so dangerous.
Damn, they don't
It's
even
not
wanna
solid rock. It's a collection of
advert how much
boulders and
the
dust most important thing is the Yarkovsky effect. The sun heats one side of the asteroid. As it tumbles, that heat radiates back into space, and this creates thrust.
Hold on. Not everybody is Mike the Grass Tyson.
That's nuts.
How does that make thrust?
Well, the heat causes gas to vent, which creates the thrust.
Now I get it. I could also create thrust by venting gas. Pardon me.
Classic. This is just a tiny push, about the weight of an apple. A tiny push is hardly noticeable, but over millions of miles, it can change orbit. NASA's own measurements show it's already drifting because of this effect, about 650 feet closer to us every year. Right now, Apophis is impossible to see. It's lost in the glare of the sun. It won't be visible again until 2027. And during this blind spot, a small nudge from another rock could alter its path completely. And we would have just 2 years to recalculate everything. And 2 years to prepare for a city killer might be enough. But sometimes we only get hours. Sometimes city killers aren't found until they fly by. In fact, this happened last year.
I don't think they even know that where they're exactly going to hit. Our science isn't perfect. They really like that. Dumped it straight until we're ready.
The president hasn't been seen in 5 days. His last public appearance was the announcement.
We have 90 days to solve this problem.
In a quarter of a mile, use the left lane and turn left onto Veterans Memorial Parkway.
America's best minds are working on it.
Then he vanished. Official word, secured at an undisclosed location. Everyone knew that meant Cheyenne Mountain.
Railroad crossing ahead. Now turn left.
Anyone who had the means to escape didn't waste any time.
Once the risk hit X, they were gone. Politicians, celebrities, people you've watched your whole life evacuated while the highways jammed.
What we saw was an orderly panic among the ultra-wealthy. Beverly Hills emptied almost overnight.
It was Beverly Hills first, no surprise there. Gulfstreams and Learjets lined up like limos, taking off every 90 seconds.
The 405 is a graveyard of abandoned vehicles. Families walked for days into the Mojave.
The poor headed to tent cities in Nevada. Desert camps with no water, no power, no plan. Just distance from the coast.
Fuel ran out, roads clogged. Now, tent cities rise like new towns, only no one planned them.
3 million people have fled Los Angeles in just 14 days.
3 million people gone in 2 weeks. Gas hit $47 a gallon, then the stations just closed. The tanker drivers stopped showing up. Why deliver fuel for worthless paper?
Markets remain volatile as the Apophis timeline advances. Commodities like iodine tablets, fuel, and food stocks have surged in value.
The new currency is water, ammunition, and insulin. A vial of insulin costs 3 gallons of water, if you can find it. We all got to watch Apophis grow larger in the sky. A red star visible during daylight, getting bigger every day. Suicide hotlines stopped answering. Too many calls, not enough volunteers. The volunteers had their
Railroad crossing ahead.
own lives to worry about.
Apophis, prepare for the light.
Religious movements started sprouting up.
As the world edges closer to impact, religious fervor has surged.
The Church of the Final Days and the Apophis Witnesses have emerged, offering hope and salvation for those who believe.
When official authorities dissolved, the local population took control.
The Los Angeles Police Department dissolved last week. Over half the force simply didn't show up. The chain of command collapsed overnight.
The 405 belongs to the Crips now. Their blue flags fly over improvised roadblocks. They're not attacking rival groups. They're screening vehicles and controlling movement. The Crips and Sureños are distributing food, rationing medicine, even setting curfews.
Ma'am, it's not safe to be out. If you need anything, check with me.
What used to be gang turf in Los Angeles has now hardened into checkpoint states. Neighborhoods that once feared violence are now relying on it for structure.
Call them gangs, call them militias, but right now, they're the only thing resembling law and order in the city of Los Angeles.
Society didn't collapse, it reorganized itself. The powerful fled, the poor waited, and Apophis kept coming. astronomers celebrated, another rock caused global panic. In late 2024, asteroid 2024 YR4 became the most dangerous object in modern history, a building-sized rock. Its impact probability kept climbing, 1.5%, then 2.8%, then over 3%. That threat prompted China to establish its first ever planetary defense unit. They're recruiting astrophysicists under age 35. Their 2030 mission will try to deflect asteroid 2015 XF261 using a dual spacecraft approach, one to impact, another to evaluate the results. International cooperation is growing, because the truth is, we have no idea what's coming. NASA estimates there are 25,000 city killers crossing our orbit, and they've only found half. 13,500 are still out there somewhere, completely hidden.
Somewhere completely hidden, huh? You mean like the moon landing tapes?
This detection gap creates nightmare scenarios. In 2019, asteroid 2019 OK was found. It's 400 feet wide. It was spotted less than 24 hours its closest approach. It missed Earth by only 40,000 miles. A direct hit would have released 30 megatons of energy. That's 300 times the size of the Hiroshima bomb, all with less than a day's warning. The problem is the sun. Our telescopes have to look away from the sun. Objects approaching from that direction remain invisible until they hit us. Like in 2013, the meteor that hit Chelyabinsk. NASA's NEO Surveyor telescope is set to launch in 2027. It will finally close this blind spot. It'll use infrared and should find 90% of the remaining city killers within 10 to 20 years. But until then, we're defenseless against an attack from the direction of the sun. To understand how devastating that kind of surprise can be, you don't even have to look up. You can look down. Because buried in a layer of sediment around the world is evidence of an impact that reset civilization.
The dinosaurs. The Yucatan Peninsula got hit by an asteroid 65 million years ago.
The last Chinook lifted off from UCLA Medical Center at 6 a.m. Doctors stood on the helipad watching it disappear. They had patients on ventilators, premature babies in incubators. They were not leaving.
LAX has gone silent. No departures, no arrivals, just grounded planes and flickering monitors. The terminals are empty now.
The last jet out of LAX lifted off at 2:17 p.m. United to Denver. It was half full. Those who could afford to leave already had.
Those who remained made their choice. The elderly couple in Brentwood who'd lived there 50 years. They sat on their porch holding hands.
Still in Los Angeles, officials have confirmed that all remaining power will be shut off today at exactly noon.
The blackout is deliberate to reduce fire risk after the strike.
Please take this time to shelter and remain off the streets.
The power grid shut down at noon. Controlled shutdown to prevent fires after impact. The emergency alert system broadcasts its final message.
Seek shelter. Stay away from windows. God bless America.
Then static. Maggie Powers, an ICU nurse, writes her patients' names on their foreheads with a Sharpie. She figures when the building collapses, someone should know who they are. She has 14 patients on ventilators. The backup generators have 30 hours of fuel. That means her patients only have 30 hours of life. Animals flee inland. Coyotes run through downtown. Birds fly east in massive flocks. Dogs howl constantly. Every animal except humans understands what the receding ocean means.
Scientists warn this this is not a tide, it's a gravitational response. Something massive is pulling on the ocean.
The Pacific has pulled back over 20 feet since yesterday, like it's holding its breath. Entire reefs are exposed.
Seismographs are now detecting microquakes, gravitational pulses every 90 seconds. They're weak but rhythmic.
Every 90 seconds, the Earth flinches. Experts say it's the gravity of what's coming, literally, and the ocean is trying to warn them.
In a quarter of a mile, use the left lane and keep left onto Veterans Memorial Parkway and then turn left.
The last text messages go out before the cell towers shut down. I love you is sent 847,000 times in Los Angeles County.
Now keep left and then turn left onto West Highway 80.
Most messages are never delivered. Apophis filled 3 degrees of sky. You could see it tumbling, end over end, a mountain in space. The last
now turn left
thing 50 million people would ever see. "12,800 years ago, Earth was emerging from the last ice age. Temperatures were warming. Massive ice sheets were melting. Then suddenly, everything reversed. A comet about 62 miles wide broke apart and bombarded the planet. The evidence is found in the thin layer of rock found across 4 continents, the Younger Dryas boundary layer, also referred to as the black mat. The black mat contains evidence called impact proxies, iridium, shocked quartz, nanodiamonds, microscopic spherules of melted rock. At over 40 sites, the concentrations of impact proxies are millions of times above normal levels. All date back to exactly 12,800 years ago. A series of objects hit the North American ice sheet, causing mass flooding. Continents sank beneath the sea. The impacts triggered global wildfires. Then came the freeze.
Ooh, a song of ice and fire.
Yes, the freeze lasted 1,200 years.
That's how long it's gonna take George Martin to finish the books.
The devastation was total. Mammoths, mastodons, saber-toothed cats, American horses, all gone. 75% of North American megafauna went extinct. 2/3 of the human population disappeared. The first widespread human culture in North America vanished from the archaeological record. This wasn't climate change. This wasn't overhunting. This was a civilization reset. And comets are different from asteroids and far more dangerous. Asteroids follow predictable paths. Comets arrive from the outer solar system. They have long elliptical orbits, so they can show up with little warning, and sometimes as little as 6 months. As I write this, Comet 3I Atlas is headed our way. It was spotted a few weeks ago. It'll make its closest approach to Earth in December. That's fast. So fast, there's not a thing we can do but watch and wait. Asteroids hit Earth at 19 miles per second. Comets come in at 45. A comet delivers more than 9 times the destructive power than an asteroid of the same size. The most dangerous comet we know is Swift-Tuttle, 16 miles wide. A land impact will release energy 27 times greater than the Chicxulub dinosaur killer. One astronomer called it the single most dangerous object known to humanity. Now, despite what mainstream scientists say, asteroids hit Earth all the time. But what about comets? How often do they hit us? Every 100 million years? Every 10 million years? 1 million years?
Every year.
Nope. Comets of all sizes hit the Earth on average every 3 days.
Yeah, sounds about right. For some reason, I mean, there's a reason that so many of them hit Russia. Russia's freaking huge land.
The flash came first. The sky turns white. Not bright, white. Everything within 100 miles ignites simultaneously. The thermal pulse travels at light speed. By the time your brain understood the flash, your body was already vapor. That's mercy, instantaneous conversion from matter to energy. The blast wave expanded at Mach 2, a wall of superheated air traveling 800 miles per hour. It flattened everything from San Diego to Bakersfield.
The fireball ball climbed 60 miles into the atmosphere, so high it pierced the mesosphere. It was visible from space.
From Phoenix to Vegas, people saw it light up the sky. It didn't look like fire, it looked like a second sun. Then the horizon vanished.
Yeah, this AI shit sounds terrible.
Los Angeles?
It sounds terrible.
The temperature of the plume exceeded 10,000 degrees Celsius. What erupted wasn't smoke, it was Earth itself turned to gas. 7 states were hit by ejecta. It wasn't just ash, it was fragments of Earth's crust, fused and glowing. Some of it traveled faster than sound.
Chunks of vaporized ocean rose miles into the sky, then hardened midair before slamming down across the southwest. Reports of burning fragments came in from as far as Colorado. It rained fire.
The earthquake was a 10.5 on the Richter scale. The ground rippled like water. Then silence. People were too frightened to notice. The Pacific Ocean was moving. Every year, our planet flies through invisible minefields left by disintegrating comets. We call them meteor showers. We give them pretty names. The Perseids, the Leonids, the Geminids. But these aren't harmless light shows. We're flying through the shattered remains of giant comets at 67 miles per hour. And some of those fragments are massive. Remember Swift Tuttle, the most dangerous object known to humanity? The Perseid meteor shower is caused by the Earth flying through trillions of pieces of debris from Swift Tuttle. Trillions. And we're not just crossing one minefield, we're crossing a dozen. The Leonids can produce storms of hundreds of thousands of meteors per hour. The Lyrids come from a comet 2.5 miles wide. There are 12 or 13 meteor storms every year, sometimes more.
It takes the Earth several days to pass through the Taurid meteor stream. It's so big. The Taurid meteor stream is full of filaments of debris. Some of those filaments are very small debris. Some of them are much larger debris and much more dangerous. We pass through it twice a year. I've likened it in the past to strapping on a blindfold and crossing an 8-lane highway and just hoping that you don't get hit by a truck.
The meteor shower that's most relevant to us is the Taurids. The debris field is almost 20 million miles wide. We cross it every year. It has trillions of objects that range from the size of grains of sand to the size of cities. How many big objects? Nobody knows. It could be 10, it could be 100. The government doesn't like to talk about it.
The government knew that they couldn't do anything about it, and they were starting to get worried calls from their constituents. What can we do about these things? You got to do something about it. You got to stop it. And they couldn't. So what they decided to do was to just pretend that it wasn't real. They had the public fears about the impacts. They decided to just deny, just say, don't worry, there's no problem. We've got it under control, when they didn't.
The Tunguska event in 1908 happened during the peak of the Taurids. A fragment just 200 feet wide exploded over Siberia, flattening 80 million trees. If that happened over New York, Paris, or London, those cities would be gone. But we don't really need to be hit by a giant object to cause planetary chaos. We don't have to be hit at all. Every year, about 50 objects pass closer to the Earth than our satellites. Losing our satellites would cripple the global economy. Phone service, the internet, the banking system, all gone.
We don't even need
That's
that,
terrifying.
bro.
But in
One
2022,
bad blast from
the first
sun,
time in history,
we'll be fucked, bro.
humanity fought back.
One bad plasma fucking push out of the sun, man, we'd be toast, bro. All of our electrical shit would be toast. We'd be replacing transformers for the next 100 years.
The Pacific Ocean recoils from the impact. 8 minutes ago, Apophis punched a 12-mile hole in the sea floor. The water rushed in, hit molten rock, exploded into steam. Now it's coming back.
What was once shoreline is now seabed. Fish carcasses rot beneath a baking sun.
Downtown has 4 minutes left.
A tsunami of unimaginable scale, 150 meters high, is sweeping through Los Angeles. Entire districts have been erased in seconds.
Imagine a skyscraper made of water moving at 450 miles per hour. That's what hit Los Angeles this afternoon. Entire neighborhoods are gone. We are witnessing the unthinkable. A wall of water over 500 feet high has torn through Los Angeles, moving faster than a commercial jetliner.
The wall of water doesn't break. It maintains its height.
What hit LA was no wave. It was a moving cliff of ocean, 150 meters high, traveling faster than fire.
I have to get to the roof.
It tears through the sea at 200 miles per hour, dragging
it's
cars,
like they forget that
homes,
there's-
and people with it.
Bro, like, yeah, there's inertia, yeah, there's this and that, but there's also, right, the thing called gravity. The water can only get so high, gravity. The water's heavy as shit.
Initial estimates suggest tens of millions are gone. Entire cities, entire families simply vanished. We don't have exact figures yet, but we know what's missing. The silence from Los Angeles, that silence speaks for millions.
But more than California is affected.
This is not just California. This is not just the United States. This event is global.
Catalina Island is gone. Not underwater, gone. Erased. The impact event struck with such force, it ceased to exist. The Pacific Shelf fractured. We are no longer talking about local devastation. This is global.
There was no debris, no island, just a column of plasma where land used to be. Catalina didn't sink into the ocean. It was atomized. This is going to affect all of us. This impact event is global.
The dust and debris in the atmosphere blacked out the sun. Photosynthesis stopped. The Earth's temperature dropped by almost 10 degrees. A new ice age was triggered, and humanity went underground. I thought I had a pretty good handle on my finances until Rocket Money uncovered a subscription I'd been paying for twice. With just a few taps, they helped me cancel it and save that money for something better. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. What I also love is their dashboard. It lays out your entire financial picture in one place. You can see bills, paydays, even set up custom budgets so you always know where you stand. Rocket Money's 5 million members have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, with members saving up to $740 a year when they use all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/thewhyfiles today. That's rocketmoney.com/thewhyfiles. rocketmoney.com/thewhyfiles.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com, featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at washablesofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at washablesofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
It's a washable sofa. It literally
Right now, we're working on technology to spot asteroids and comets early enough to give us time to prepare. So what if we spot one coming? What can we do?
I can stay awake just to hear you breathing.
Please don't.
Watch you smile while you are sleeping. While you're far away, I'm dreaming.
Okay, that's...
I can spend my life in this sweet surrender.
That's enough.
Fine, fine. You might be blind to asteroids, but you should have seen an Armageddon joke coming.
On September 26, 2022, NASA's DART spacecraft slammed into the asteroid Dimorphos at 14,000 miles per hour. The concept was simple, but revolutionary. Take a 1,200-pound spacecraft, crash it into a 500-foot wide asteroid, see if we can change its orbit. The results exceeded expectations. DART changed the asteroid's orbital period 25 times more than required. It proved we can move space rocks. But the mission also revealed a problem. The rubble pile dilemma. DART was far more effective than predicted because the asteroid wasn't a solid rock. It was a loose pile of rubble. The impact created a massive plume of debris that acted like a rocket engine, supercharging the push. This means our best defense is also messy, chaotic, and difficult to predict.
Yeah, like Spirit Airlines.
That was a cheap shot.
Spirit Airlines is on time about as often as my alimony checks.
Anyway, to move an asteroid requires years of warning. For a surprise city killer, our only short notice option is a nuclear device. The Outer Space Treaty of 1967 prohibits placing nuclear weapons in space. Now, in an emergency, the world would probably waive this restriction, but it's never been tested. We have the technology, the talent, and the money to create the tools we need to defend the planet. The one thing we can't manufacture is time. And time is not on our side. The first days underground were chaotic. 2 million people crammed into the Moscow metro, 500,000 in the London Underground. Every subway system on Earth became humanity's last refuge. People fought for platform space, killed for corners to sleep. The strong took the train cars, the weak got the tunnels. The filth was unbearable. No working toilets for millions. Disease spread fast. Cholera, dysentery, bodies piled up in maintenance tunnels. The smell made people vomit, which just spread more disease. Then, organization emerged. Not democracy, survival.
We're gonna need everyone to pitch in. It's the only way we survive down here.
Former military officers established order.
I think we can convert most of these tunnels to living quarters.
Top priority is getting power back online.
Engineers got generators running.
What's the volts on this? 12? 15?
That's right. Nice.
Doctors created triage stations. The dead were processed into fertilizer. Nothing could be wasted. We lived off mushrooms until LED lights were brought in from abandoned cannabis farms. Thousands of hydroponic gardens came online. Subway tracks were ripped up, replaced with growing beds. The Circle Line became London's farm. Still, we mostly ate mushrooms. Within 6 months, the tunnels transformed. Art appeared on walls.
You better not write any dirty poems over there.
No promises.
Shut your ass up.
Children's classrooms and old ticket booths. An economy emerged. Calories for labor, labor for medicine, medicine for home.
Take 3 drops with a meal and you'll feel a lot better.
Thanks so much, Doc.
Moscow's metro became a city. Same with Paris, New York, Tokyo. Organized, efficient, alive. Babies were born underground. They'd adapted perfectly. They'd never known the sun, so they didn't miss it.
Yeah, that's that thing that do something to our brains. Not good.
Ham radio networks connected the colonies.
Tulsa Town, this is Dallas. How copy? Tulsa Town here. Solid copy, Dallas. Detroit, do you read? Any chance you have a spare diesel? We might be frozen, Toronto, but we're still Motown. We got you. Appreciate it, Motown. Baltimore's got your back. You can count on us. Hang in there, Milwaukee. We've got water filters to spare. Chicago saves our bacon again. Thanks again, Windy City. Thank you, Boston. We owe you one.
Go Red Sox!
Don't push it, Boston. Break 19. Breaker 19. Minneapolis here. Anybody reading this?
Winnipeg here. You are 5 by 5, Minneapolis. Loud and clear.
It is so good to hear your voice, Winnipeg. How are you doing up there?
Cold.
Copy that.
The surface was still too cold and dark to survive. The air was still toxic. But small trading parties would go from colony to colony moving goods. In just a few years, trade routes were established. Every colony soon had access to all the others. The martial law that first organized the colonies naturally fell back to elected leadership and cooperation. This was more than survival. This was civilization. The story began with a single asteroid, Apophis. That threat led us to a hidden history of cosmic impacts and the terrifying realization that thousands of other city killers are still out there. So, let's separate fact from fiction. Fact: Apophis is no longer a threat. The initial 2.7% impact probability was real. The current data says it will miss us and the gravitational keyhole in 2029. Probably. Fact: we can move asteroids. NASA's DART mission proved it. The kinetic impactor worked, but because asteroids aren't solid, there's no way to predict the outcome. Fact: a major impact happened in human history. The evidence for the Younger Dryas impact 12,800 years ago is overwhelming. Platinum spikes, nanodiamonds, and the black mat point to a fragmented comet that reset civilization. It's not a question of will it happen again, but when. And the big fiction